week goes to Chloe Elizabeth, who said, "Oh my God, you're so close to 100,000. I remember when you had only 10,000. So exciting. Congrats, Cristen Conger." Thank you, Chloe Elizabeth, for watching, even when I only had 10,000 subscribers, when I was just a little YouTube baby, and now I'm like a YouTube toddler. Still pooping my pants, but almost walking. This week on Stuff I Never Told You, I kicked off with nails. A lot of you have asked why women paint their fingernails, and now there's an entire video explaining the whole thing. So be sure to watch it and like it if you haven't already. Then the week got menstrual. On Wednesday, I talked about, is PMS a myth? And on Friday, I cleared up 9 menstruation myths, which I ran across while researching for PMS, because it turns out that there is so much misunderstanding out there about how our periods work. So be sure to watch it. Even if you are a fella who doesn't get periods, it can be educational for you as well. Now, it's time for Ask Cristen, in which I ask Cristen, that is myself, some questions. Actually, you asked them to me. Thanks to everybody who watched and commented on last week's Ask Cristen video. Why are women expected to sit like a lady? I had no idea how much testicle talk that video would generate. Naniko says, speaking as a male who does sit with ankles crossed and legs together, I can comment that yeah, we do get flack for it. I would also like to comment on the squished male bits. Learning to cross your legs without hurting anything is pretty trivial, in the same way that sitting on a horse or motorcycle or whatever without squishing anything is easy. This is definitely stuff mom never told me about testicles. Jonathan Warren also said, I think I'm the only guy I know who sits with crossed legs. As far as I'm aware, I do it because it's one of the easiest and more comfortable seating positions for me. Many of my guy friends have asked me, doesn't that feel painful? Because I assume the legs would squish the private parts, to which I simply reply, oh, that's not what he replies. Jonathan Warren simply replies, no. I just nearly leapt out of my chair because a curtain moved. Oh my God. Now to this week's Ask Cristen question from person Philip. Why do people signify the color pink with girls? As at least one commenter pointed out, there was a study that came out in 2007 that got a ton of attention. It proposed a scientific basis for women innately liking pink and men innately liking blue. What these researchers proposed was that way back in our hunter-gatherer days, women were tasked with the gathering, which would include seeking out ripened fruits and berries. And what color do we often associate with ripened fruits and berries? Red and other reddish hues. They might also pay attention to redness in their children's cheeks, which could be a sign of illness and fever. What about the blue? The neuroscientists who conducted this study supposed that men, as the hunters, would have paid more attention to, say, blue skies, which would have been indicative of good hunting weather. They also would have kept their eyes peeled for the blue of water, where they could have gone to get, water, and also catch fish to then feed their families. While that theory is certainly compelling and perhaps the reason I'm wearing a red shirt today, it doesn't help explain why pink for girls and blue for boys didn't become a thing, at least in the United States, until the 1940s. Up until the 1910s, it was customary for both baby boys and baby girls to wear exactly the same thing. Take this adorable baby photo from 1884, when you have this 2.5-year-old who is wearing the customary white gown that both boys and girls would wear, and also long hair, because at that time, boys' hair would not have been cut until age 6. That, my friends, is none other than a baby President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. It wasn't until into the 1910s that some clothing catalogs and other publications started suggesting that, well, if you want to dress your child in something other than white, which is very practical because you could simply bleach it to keep it clean, put a boy in pink and put a girl in blue. Say what? Take, for instance, this quote from a trade publication from June 1918, which said, the generally accepted rule is pink for the boys and blue for the girls. Pink, being a more decided and stronger color, is more suitable for the boy, while blue, which is more delicate and dainty, is pretty prettier for the girl. Why then in the 1940s did it switcheroo? Essentially, retailers told parents that, hey, if you're having a girl, buy pink. If you're having a boy, buy blue. What does that mean for the retailer? They can sell more stuff. So while that 2007 study on the hunter-gatherers is certainly thought-provoking, to me what's even more thought-provoking is how in our modern day culture at least, this whole pink for girls, blue for boys thing was really just a product of the rise of mass media and also clothing retailers telling us ultimately what to wear. Now I want to know what you think about this whole pink-blue divide. Are you a guy who likes pink and a girl who likes blue? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, ask me your questions so I can give you some answers.